A chill is in the air. Well, hello everyone, it's your favorite weather guy here, and I've got something on my weather map that you need to know about. As we look at the calendar, we see October is just around the corner. Beautiful autumn colors, pumpkin-spiced everything, cozy sweaters, but it also means we need to talk about a big change in the weather. A sudden drop in temperature is heading towards Europe. We call this a cold blast, and it can really catch you by surprise if you're not ready for it. So, let's get you prepared for what's coming your way. This isn't your ordinary autumn chill, folks. A cold blast is a bit more dramatic. Imagine going from a pleasant, sunny afternoon to a day that feels like the middle of winter all in a very short time. To understand a cold blast, we first need to look at the bigger picture. What happens during autumn? Well, it's a season of change. The sun's position in the sky is getting lower and lower each day for those of us in the northern hemisphere. This means we get less direct sunlight and for shorter periods. Less direct heat from the sun means the land and the air above it start to cool down significantly, setting the stage for some major weather drama. This cooling doesn't happen evenly all over the globe. The Arctic region way up north cools down much faster than the areas farther south. The Arctic gets very little to no sunlight during this time, so it becomes a massive factory for producing cold air. Meanwhile, the waters of the Atlantic Ocean are still holding on to some of that summer warmth. This creates a huge temperature difference between the north and the south. This difference in temperature is the engine that drives our weather patterns. The jet stream, which is a fast-moving river of air high above us, is fueled by this temperature contrast. In autumn, as the contrast grows, the jet stream becomes stronger and starts to wiggle and wave, creating deep troughs and opening the door for frigid Arctic air to rush south. So, what exactly is a cold blast? Let's break it down. A cold blast or a cold snap is a rapid and significant drop in temperature, not a gradual cooling over a week. A noticeable plunge in just 24 to 48 hours. It happens when a large mass of very cold, dense air breaks free and travels southward from polar regions. That air is much colder and heavier, so it pushes the milder air out of the way forcefully. The process starts with a change in the large-scale weather pattern. Often a big high-pressure area builds over the North Atlantic, near Greenland or Iceland. It acts like a giant traffic cop in the sky, stopping the usual west-to-east flow. The jet stream buckles and dives southward, opening a pathway for air from the north, like opening a freezer door and letting cold air spill out. The Arctic air then picks up speed heading south. The path that a cold blast takes across Europe can vary, but there are some common routes it follows. The most typical track involves air originating from the Arctic region. This frigid air is guided southward by the position of high and low pressure systems. A strong high pressure system near Iceland or Scandinavia can redirect the flow, creating a northerly or northeasterly flow. This opens up a direct channel from the frozen north right into the heart of the continent. First stop, Scandinavia. Norway, Sweden, Finland. From there, the cold air mass continues its journey south. It might sweep across the Baltic Sea into Poland, Germany, or over the North Sea to the UK, Netherlands, and northern France. The exact path depends on the precise orientation of the jet stream and the pressure systems. The journey itself can change the character of the air. If it travels mostly over land, for example through Russia and Eastern Europe, it tends to stay dry and bitterly cold. However, if the cold air moves over warmer water like the North Sea or Mediterranean, it can pick up moisture. That added moisture can lead to heavy showers, sleet, hail, or snow, especially over coastal hills. Mountains like the Alps force the cold air up, cooling it further and often dumping significant early-season snow at higher elevations, delighting skiers, but causing travel chaos below. History gives us some great examples of just how powerful these October cold blasts can be. Looking back helps us understand what we might expect. For instance, in late October 2012, a significant cold snap brought an early taste of winter to many parts of Europe. The UK saw widespread snow, particularly in Scotland and northern England, leading to road closures and travel disruption. Another memorable event occurred in October 2003. A powerful block of high pressure settled over Scandinavia, opening the door for prolonged cold northeasterly winds and severe frosts. Farmers were concerned about late-season crops, and people had to dig out their thickest winter coats much earlier than expected. It was a stark reminder that autumn can turn wintry in a flash. More recently, in October 2018, parts of Europe experienced a similar jolt. In Spain, some regions went from sunny 20s Celsius to snow in the mountains within 48 hours, causing power outages and stranded vehicles. These past events all share a common story. They begin with a shift in the large-scale weather pattern allowing Arctic or Siberian air to flood the continent. They result in rapid temperature drops, widespread frosts, and sometimes early disruptive snowfall. These examples aren't meant to scare you, but to illustrate that an October cold blast is real and impactful, and that by learning from the past we can be better prepared. When a sudden cold blast hits, it doesn't just change the number on the thermometer, it can disrupt our daily lives in some very significant ways. Let's start with travel. A sudden drop in temperature can lead to frost on the roads, especially overnight and in the early morning. This creates black ice, nearly invisible to drivers, and can lead to a spike in traffic accidents. Airports can also be affected. De-icing planes takes time, leading to delays or cancellations. Trains and roads can be gridlocked as well, causing major travel disruption. Schools and workplaces can be impacted if heating systems aren't ready, sometimes forcing closures. Outdoor workers and farmers may have to halt operations for safety. At home, a sudden freeze can cause water pipes to burst, leading to flooding and expensive repairs. It becomes a homeowner's nightmare. Heating systems that haven't been used all summer get put under strain, and some may fail just when you need them. The sudden demand for heating can also strain the power grid, sometimes causing localized outages. Beyond the practical issues, the abrupt end of mild autumn can affect mood and well-being. We are forced to quickly adjust routines, clothing, and mindset. This rapid change is what makes a cold blast so disruptive to everyday life. Planning and preparation are your best defense. Alright, let's get practical. Preparing your home before a cold blast arrives is one of the smartest things you can do. Let's start with those pipes. Go around your house and identify any water pipes that are in unheated areas. The garage, crawl spaces, and outside walls. You can wrap these pipes with foam insulation, an easy and inexpensive fix. Also, disconnect outdoor garden hoses to prevent freezing and cracking. Turn on your heating system now to make sure it's running properly. If you have a fireplace or wood-burning stove, get the chimney cleaned and inspected. Check seals on windows and doors. If you can feel a draft, seal it with weather stripping or caulk. Put together an emergency kit. Flashlights, extra batteries, blankets, non-perishable food and water. Include a battery-powered radio and make sure mobile phones are fully charged before the cold hits. Outside, have rock salt or sand ready to treat walkways and driveways and clear your gutters of fallen leaves. Clogged gutters can cause ice dams and roof damage when snow melts and refreezes. A little preparation goes a long way. Make your home a safe and cozy fortress against the coming cold. When that cold blast hits, dressing correctly is your first line of defense. The key to staying warm is not just one big thick coat. The secret is layers. Start with a snug base layer that wicks moisture, add an insulating mid-layer and a protective shell. The air trapped between layers acts as an excellent insulator. A base layer made of wool or synthetic fabric wicks moisture. Avoid cotton. Add a fleece, wool sweater, or down vest for insulation. Adjust depending on activity. The outer shell should be waterproof and windproof to stop the elements. Wind can cut right through layers. An effective shell keeps your warmth in. Don't forget accessories. Hat, gloves or mittens, scarf or gaiter, warm waterproof boots and wool socks. Seal gaps around the collar and protect face, fingers and toes from frostbite. Wet, cold feet make your whole body miserable. Choose waterproof boots and thick wool socks. Layer up, and you'll be ready to face the chill. Staying warm during a cold blast is important, but staying healthy is just as crucial. Cold weather puts extra stress on the cardiovascular system. Your heart has to work harder. If you have heart or respiratory issues, take it easy and avoid strenuous outdoor activities. Shoveling heavy snow can be dangerous. Listen to your body. Eating well and staying hydrated help your body generate heat. Warm soups, stews, and oatmeal are great. Cold, dry air can dehydrate you. Drink water and enjoy herbal teas. Know the signs of frostbite, numbness or discolored skin, and hypothermia, shivering, confusion, drowsiness. If you suspect either condition, get to a warm place and seek medical help. Prevent problems by dressing properly and limiting time outdoors in extreme cold. Make your home cozy. Play music, read a book, watch a movie with family. Check on neighbors, especially the elderly or those living alone. A quick call or visit can make a big difference. Take care of your home, your body, and your community, and you can not only survive the October cold blast, but actually thrive in it. Stay warm and stay safe, everyone.